You might have tied him up on the beach.
Oh wait, he wasn't on the beach when we left him, didn't we? He's inside the mountain. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I might have tied him up in the mountain.
So howdy folks, EJ here, and I'm here with the wonderful King Ray. Check out his new channel. He just restarted from scratch, so he has like no subscribers, and he needs to build himself back up to his former glory.
Former glory!
Yes, rebuild his kingdom. So when we left off, the mountain was erupting. Hawk was hiding in plain sight, like a level 30 rogue or something. Glumponia was inside the mountain that was exploding, and Malik Elikard had just landed at a new encampment of orcs in the deep territory of the Empire. So
What?
what a mess. We've got everyone separated, so I guess it's good that we only have one person here, because then we can like continue one storyline, and then when other people get here, we can try to like get you guys to go back together and stop being like all in 3 separate places. So I have to talk to one person individually. Anyway, so the mountain just like exploded, and the top of it was like covered in fire and lava for a second there, and a huge plume of black smoke came out. And then all the rumbling kind of like subsided and like went back to silence and like no rumbling for a little bit, and like there's still like a faint rumbling, but it's pretty much subsided back to normal now. And I think the last thing you did was you landed just outside this orc encampment. It looks like a lot bigger and more organized of a city than the other encampment that you were at, where Hawk murdered those 2 orcs for no reason.
Stupid Hawk.
I know. So, I mean, no offense, Hawk, sorry.
Yeah, no offense.
Hawk's characters are always funny. Oh, hello, Baldy Basic. How you doing? I-89th PP. What? Don't know what that means. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. So, you are now in this, or like just landing on the outskirts of this orc city. Like I said, there's like a bit more sturdy buildings. There's like some buildings made out of stone. The land around this area, like a lot of the forest has been kind of chopped down. There's a lot of tree stumps around. Some of the land is like kind of gray and ashy, as though like it hasn't been taken care of as well. Maybe from over farming or something like that. And yeah, that's about it. You're just at the entrance gate to this town with some like leather tents around as well. Also, your camera appears to have frozen. Hello? Did my internet die? Oh no. King Ray. I'm speaking to the void! There's no one here. Technical difficulties. Give me a sec to see what happened to King Ray. Whoop.
Hello?
Hi, you're here? Welcome back.
Yeah, my computer shut down on me.
It shut down?
Yeah, and it's not starting back up.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Did you lose power or something, or did it just like decide to give up? Stop it, phone. Stop it. I don't want, you know, okay, I'm gonna have to turn off notifications because it's just like not stopping.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I hear.
Oh, hello, King Ray Ceiling. And his.
Oh my lord. You hear that?
Hear what? Whoa, was that your computer?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's some funky sounds.
It's not even starting up.
Uh-oh. Did your computer die?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check my plugins real quick.
Technical difficulties. What is
we're about to stream, huh?
Yeah, what is that what does it sound like exactly? It's hard to tell over Discord. Is it like a rattling?
Well, it starts and then it stops.
Huh. Maybe the hard drive has died?
Maybe what died?
The hard drive? I don't know.
I swear if it's my hard drive.
I don't know much about computers, and I can't hear the sound very well, so I can't. I have no idea what to do. Well, that stinks.
Here, let me see if I can get my brother. He knows more about computers than I do.
Okie doke. I will.
Okay, so as you were saying before, I got cut out.
Oh yeah. So when we last left off, Malika Lacard, had landed at a on the outskirts of this orc town. The land is a bit like gray and ashy, a bit dusty.
Oh, great! Come on, Wesley. Okay, I landed on the outside of an orc town.
Yep, and there's like some stone buildings in the distance in front of you, but before you get there, there's like a bunch of like leather tents.
All right.
And you see some orcs kind of walking around, or like kind of like carefully beginning to walk since the rumbling is stopping.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my brother situated so he can fix that, or try to fix it.
No problem.
Okay, so I would like to walk into the town, or well, find the nearest orc guard.
The orc guard, okay. So yeah, the nearest orc guard is at the stone building that you see like maybe 200 yards in front of you. Through like you'd have to walk through the orc tents and stuff first, whether you see like a couple like women and children wandering around doing chores and stuff.
All right. I want to walk towards that guy.
Okay. As you're walking, the orcs kind of like, or like the orc families kind of like look at you and they're like very distrusting as they see you walk by, and they're like, "Who is this guy? What is this?" But they don't really like approach you or anything or say anything to you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna walk past them?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you walk up to the stone keep where the orcs are guarding, they both kind of like hold up their spears and they go, "Oh, who are you? Who goes there?"
I am Malik Alakonic Squawk, and I'm here to report a rogue in your territory. Squawk.
Report a rogue? What do you mean?
I don't know who he is, but he killed a bunch of your orc citizens in a camp over.
What? Well, what is the meaning of this? How?
I do not know. Squawk?
Who is this rogue? What?
I do not know him.
What race is he? Is he human or a bird like you?
I don't think he's either. I didn't really see him. Squawk?
Huh. Well,
All I know is arrows were flying and killed a couple of the guards I was talking to. Squawk?
I see. Which town is this exactly? Which direction?
I point the direction I came from.
Mm-hmm. That camp has been pretty peaceful lately. I'm not sure why there would be someone in this land. We have had an unusual amount of boats landing at our shores, though. We'll send some guards to take a look at it, well, at some point. So what brings you to this land? Why are you here?
I'm here traveling. Squawk?
Hmm. You realize that we don't take kindly to visitors in this land, right?
I just wanted to see if I could make friends with your chieftains. Squawk? After all, I am the son of a king.
Hmm. I see. So you attempt to make peace.
Yes. Squawk?
Well, what land do you hail from? Surely you're not...
The far, far, far east.
Ah, that's good to hear. So you're not with the kingdom in any way.
No, not at all. Squawk?
Well, I suppose we could let you speak to our chieftain if you wish to secure our presence with him. However, you would have to leave your weapons by the door.
That's fine. Squawk?
Alright, well, let me go and ask the inner guards and see what their opinion is on this and see if the chieftain is busy.
Off character, I would like to ask, how noticeable is it when I cast Charm Person?
I don't know.
Or
Let me
is
take
it
a look
subtle? Okay.
Let me take a look and Google the spell. Charm person D&D 5e. Let's see what it requires you to do. So it takes one action. Components VS. I don't know what VS means. Okay, what does components VS mean? D&D 5. Oh, verbal and somatic. Okay, got it. So in order to cast the spell, you have to say like the magic word that's required for the spell, and you have to wave your hand in a specific way, apparently. So you could roll stealth to try to do it like quietly and like hide it maybe, but that's what it would require you in order to actually cast the spell. You have to like say the magic word and like wave your hand a certain way.
Okay.
But they are cooperating with you already. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to try to do something like that.
Well, I want to try to charm the chieftain.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Well,
mean,
it depends on
you
how
can
it
try.
Well, it depends on how it goes with him too.
Okay. Okay. So I will point out that the spell says, like, it'll become charmed by you until the spell ends or someone harms it, blah, blah, blah. It will know that it has been charmed when the spell ends. So it'll realize, or like, once the spell ends, then he'll realize, hey, wait a second, I've been bamboozled.
Okay.
So that might backfire on you if you're trying to, like, make a permanent ally. It only lasts for an hour as well, so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But you can do whatever you want to. I'm not going to influence your decisions.
Well,
Hey, welcome back, Baldy Basic.
Backup thing.
Ooh, that looks uncomfortable. Is your head resting on a wooden beam?
Yep.
That's great fun. Alright, so
If my dogs would leave me alone. Dogs, leave me alone. Dogs, no!
Woof woof. Oh, what a cutie. Double cutie. So the guard goes in like the wooden doors that are like big wooden doors reinforced with iron bands and like some rivets. So he opens it up, goes inside, and is gone for like a minute or two, and then he comes back out and he goes, "All right, right this way. What was your name again? Mala something?
Malik Alakad?
Yes. Well, you go right ahead in. The inner guards will take your weapons."
Thank you very much. I head on in.
Alright, so as you walk into this room, roll me perception real quick, just to see what you can see.
Okay, give me a moment. I don't have a computer, so...
Gotcha. If you want, I could roll for you if you don't have a... Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that would probably be good.
Okay.
My perception would be 4. Plus 4. Did you figure
Plus
it out,
4?
Wesley?
I have a feeling I know what it is, and you're not going to like it.
What?
Hardware failure for your hard disk
My hard disk, of course.
with the operating system on it. The one with the operating system on it. More than likely.
My
Oof.
Okay, so what did I roll?
I'm rolling for you. Wow, you got an 18, and then plus your 4 is a 22. So yeah, you see a lot. There's not much to see, but I mean, in this room there is a it's like a stone hallway that like goes forward for maybe 20-40 feet, somewhere around that range, and all the walls are made of like cobblestones that are like laid very closely together. There doesn't seem to be much like concrete or mortar or anything in between the cracks of the stone. It's all just like packed closely enough to where it like fits very closely. And there's like torches in like iron holding thingies along the walls to light the area. You see the two guards, like the inner guards, guarding another large iron, or like a large a large iron door, and that presumably goes into the throne room. And there's also a couple other doors that are on this hallway. The floor is pretty smooth. It's cobblestone, but it's also pretty smooth. And there's like a couple like deerskin rugs on the floor. And along the wall, there's a couple tapestries showing like scenes of battles and like orcs slaying humans and that kind of thing.
Sheesh.
So as you walk in this door, the inner guards kind of motion to you and they go, "Welcome, Birdman. Can you please give us all of your weapons and any other such trinkets you might have?"
Alright, so I give them my rapier, my dagger. Do I have to give them my scroll of pedigree and signet ring?
No, I don't think they'd be interested in your like your jewelry or your paper.
What about my loot?
What do you mean your loot? Like your money?
No, my loot. My
Oh,
banjo.
your loot, as in your instrument. Nah.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, they would take that.
Okay, I'll give them my loot.
Okay. So they hold these things and they go, "These will be returned to you in a moment. We'll be watching you." They open the iron
That
door
was
for
so
you.
uncertain sounding.
You know, it's hard to make up stuff on the spot. All right, so they open the door for you and they like motion for you to go in. Puppy! What'd you say?
He goes on. This one's Toaster.
Toaster? That's a
Yeah.
name.
That one is Cyrus.
Cute.
Okay, so I go in with a dog breathing down my face.
The guards are confused as to why this dog just randomly appeared on your face. I'm kidding.
Metagaming, totally.
So as you walk into this this new room, it's like a large dining hall. There's like a wooden table that is like kind of lengthways from the way you're entering. So you're like entering at one of the heads of the table, and then at the other heads of the table, there's like a chair. So there's chairs all along around this table, just regular wooden chairs, not too fancy. There's a large red carpet that spans the entire underneath the table portion, and along the wall there's more tapestries and just more of the same stuff that we saw in the previous room. So like stone walls, torches along the walls, that kind of thing. And behind the table, across the room from you, there's like a couple stair steps up to like a little platform where there's a large throne made mostly out of bone. Like it's made from
bone.
Yeah, like some ivory, some stone, some just like other like human bones put together, and it's just like this fancy looking throne. And atop the throne sits a large orc that looks kind of, well, he's like a warlord. He's got all sorts of like bone necklaces. He's got like a helmet sitting beside him that like is a metal helmet with some tusks kind of like sticking around the sides. And yeah, he's just like decked out in all sorts of battle gear. Not so much like royal finery, but more like I'm ready for battle, that kind of thing. Yeah. And he's got a couple more guards lining the sides of the chamber, and there's some more exit doors on the other side of the room.
All right. Hail to the chieftain of the orcs. I am Malik Alakad, prince of the far, far, far east.
Hello and welcome, Malik Alakad. What brings you to our land?
I come looking for friendship and peace amongst our people.
I see. And you are from the east, but have you met any of the kingdom?
Yes, I've met some of the kingdom, but they kind of disappoint me.
I see. What do you mean by this? And he kind of leans forward, interestingly, or like interested.
Well, they're not quite as majestic as you, my great chieftain.
Hmm. Tell me more. He kind of like he likes that.
None of them has quite as wonderful brawn as you do. Your muscles far exceed those of those puny humans.
That's not me laughing. That's him laughing as well. So he kind of laughs and he's like, "Well, that's just what I wanted to hear. That's great." So tell me, Malik Alucard, why do you seek peace? What do you hope to achieve in this this meeting?
Well, there's a couple of personal reasons, but the first one is one should always make ties so that they may continue the future.
What do you mean by this? Explain.
Well, let's say you need something, I could probably help. If I need something, you could probably help me. But the whole idea is to have friendship.
I see. So you're looking for an alliance with the kingdom of the birds in the far, far east?
Yes.
Well, we rarely interact with them. You are one of the first people I've ever seen on this island. I must admit, I'm not sure that the bird people's influence would be that helpful to me.
Ah, but we may be helpful to you yet. You do not like humans, right?
Well, such is obvious. And he kind of gestures to the tapestries that show like a burning pile of human bodies after a great battle.
Well, we are leading a war of our own against humans in the far, far east. Does that not make us kin in some way?
I suppose it does. Why are you fighting the humans on your island? Or your land?
They're greedy. Always
That they
taking
are.
land that doesn't belong to them.
Yes, humans are all the same. Well, tell me, Malik Alucard, what is in it for you, personally, to come all this way and make this offering? What would you require
May
of
I
us?
tell you this without any guards listening in? Squawk!
I suppose. And he motions for you to come closer a little bit. But he doesn't tell them to leave the room. He just motions for you to come closer if you want to, like, say something quietly.
I wish to prove to my father he is wrong about the orcs. Squawk!
Explain. Does your father dislike us?
It's not that he dislikes you, he just thinks you're dumb.
Oh! Well. You're brave to say such things in this company.
Well, because I'm trying to be truthful with you. If we're to be friends, we must be truthful with each other. Am I right? Squawk?
You are right. So, if your father is the king, that leaves you next in line for the throne.
Exactly. Squawk!
I see. Well, I suppose it would be nice to have a friend who is the king of a new land. Perhaps you could aid us in battle against the wretched kingdom across the mountain range someday.
Perhaps. I do have an idea. Squawk!
An idea? What is this idea?
They believe in these gods. Have you heard of them? These
Well,
earth gods?
Of course, the earth gods rule our very existence on this island.
Well, we could use Earth's god power against them. You saw how that volcano reacted. I know how we can turn the tides of the volcano against them.
I'm listening.
We just merely have to have trenches dug onto their side instead of our side. Have the lava flow
Trenches.
on their side instead of our side.
Well, the lava doesn't flow very far down the mountain. But
That's why the trenches is there to help it flow down the mountain.
so you propose that we fight and claim the mountain of Veridad.
Exactly.
It's quite risky. The humans are very particular about defending
That is why
key
I would
areas.
fly your people. Sorry, let me rephrase that. That's why I would fly and scout out their weak points for you, and then we could hit them at the dark of night.
You mean you could fly our men one by one to a gathering place in the other side of the island?
I don't think I can carry your guys, but I can look for a weak point.
I see. Having a spy on the enemy side would be very helpful. I think you would prove most useful.
I might even be able to convince their witch doctor to join our side. After all, he believes me to be a friend of the sky gods.
Well, the witch doctor is a friend of both sides. He does not choose sides.
Well, he can see the light if the earth gods tell him that the humans are not worthy of living on this island anymore. They cause too much racket and is the reason why the earth gods are continuously angry.
I like the way you think, Birdman.
Right
You do sound evil, yeah. But the orc guy likes it.
I'm just trying my best to stroke his ego.
You're doing it well. I like the way you think, Birdman. So, what is our first plan of action?
Well, first let me go talk to the witch doctor. I had to think for a second. And see if I can convince him to join our side. And then I shall get my friend Lampario to join us. Though I really think he might chicken out at the end.
I see. Well, I believe you should talk to our the chieftain of the whole empire, the king of Stalingard. He is the one who truly runs the orc army. I am merely a local lord of this particular city. But I do like the way you think, and I believe that our king would be very interested in some of the things that you have to say.
Then perhaps you could speak to him for me while I go speak to the witch doctor?
Of course, I can send a messenger if you wish. Or, I suppose you could fly.
I could, but it would be better out of your mouth, would it not?
This is true. I would lend validity to your claims. Huh. I do like the way you think, my good bird person. I will send a message to the king, and let him know what you have reported to me. We will see what he says, and but I would still recommend that you talk to him at some point to give him your own account of the story. I can only relay so much, and he may wish to question you himself.
Very well. I'll be back tomorrow if you have the information of whether he wishes to speak to me or not.
Very well. I can give you the location as well. I assume you are new to this land.
I am, Scott.
Alright. Well, be back tomorrow. Hopefully we will have a message received by then. However, the king may be very busy considering the attack that just occurred today.
Oh, please tell me more, Scott.
Were you not aware of the attack of today?
No, I was busy running away.
Hello?
Sorry.
Oh.
I was busy running away from that stupid rogue.
Stupid rogue? What stupid rogue?
Didn't I tell him?
Oh, you told the guard earlier. You haven't told him
okay.
anything about this yet?
Oh, yes. The guard didn't tell you, did he? I came here and met your guard and told him that there is a rogue in your people, amongst your people. I believe he may be a halfling. I'm not sure because I couldn't see him. But he killed a couple of your people while I was trying to speak to your guards in another camp, pointing towards the area I came from.
Hmm. Interesting. This is troubling. We don't have many outsiders in this land. What exactly is a halfling?
I'm not even sure myself. They look like little humans.
Even worse. Now they're spawning maggots of themselves. Oh my gosh, I don't know what he would think of children. Alright.
Larva!
Yeah, pretty much. I lost my train of thought now. So he goes.
Spawning maggots.
So he goes. So you were attacked when you arrived?
Yes, I was attacked when I arrived at that camp, too, and one of your orcs died.
I see. This is troubling news. Well, I will send a couple of my men to go and investigate that area. Hopefully, it is not a major attack, and it is merely some fool who picked the wrong orcs to mess with. Thank you for letting me know.
Just tell them to be prudent, because even I couldn't see them with my bird-eye view.
Interesting. Well, I will send with them a couple of my wiser people who can who have eagle eyes. In fact, I'm surprised your eagle eyes couldn't see.
It could be he was just shooting from the trees, and it's pretty thick in those trees.
I see. Do you think it is more than one person, or simply one sneaky spy?
I'm not sure, but you do need to be careful.
I see. Well, he's a fool to be attacking our nation. I'm sure he will be dealt with shortly.
Yes, a fool. I completely agree, your great chieftain.
Very well. It was nice to meet you, Malik. Your name is difficult to pronounce.
Malik Alakard. You may call me Malik.
I see. Well, thank you, Malik. I will send word to the king as soon as I can, and I expect to hear you or have you back tomorrow. Have a good, or I wish you luck in convincing the shaman to side with the orcs.
Thank you very much.
If you wish, I can bring him. You can bring him this offering of our goodwill, and he gives you like a bag of supplies and a couple pieces of gold as well. And he says, "Bring this to the shaman. It may help your case."
I grab it. I take it and then I start heading out.
Okie doke. Cool. So the guards open the door for you, and he goes, "Until we meet again."
And I bow as I walk slowly backwards out.
And the guards just kind of lead you out and give you back your weapons, and they go, "Have a good day, bird person."
All right, so I start flying back to the shaman.
Okie doke. So yeah, you just take off. How far above the trees do you fly, or whatever?
I go as far up as I need to go in order to go over the mountain in order to go into the cave.
Over the mountain?
Is there a cave on this side of the mountain?
Yeah, the cave opens up on both sides of the mountain.
Oh, okay, so I just go far enough high in order to go into the cave.
Okay, yeah, so you see more of the same stuff that you've already seen, just flying over the orc land, seeing same kind of stuff. You're basically flying pretty much back the way you came as well. So yeah, you just fly over that same stuff, see the same stuff you saw, and you make it back to the mountain. Once you arrive, you still see some lava kind of seeping down the side of the mountain above you, but it's not about to fall over the entrance of the cave. It kind of seeps to either side, and it's not flowing very quickly.
I enter the cave and call out for the witch doctor. My friend, I'm here to speak with you.
So as you arrive, the ground starts rumbling again, with it starts off slow and then it begins to build in intensity, it was earlier. So yeah, as you arrive, the shaman goes, "Ah, Malik, ah!" And he kind of starts
I try to catch him before he falls.
Okay.
Dexterity
Roll me. Yeah, roll me dexterity.
You're gonna need a roll for me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
My
wow.
dexterity is -2.
Well, you got an 18, so 18 minus 2 is 16. So, yeah, you managed to catch him and keep him from falling on his face. So he goes, thank you, my friend. Not again, I can't believe. What is happening today?
I have spoken to the Earth Gods, and I've spoken to the orcs. It seems like the humans are causing all this anger amongst the Earth Gods.
Really? What do you mean? Explain.
They're causing too much racket, trying to cause a war with the orcs.
Are they now?
Yes, and I spoke with the orcs, and they wish your help against the humans. They do not deserve to be on this island anymore, says the Earth Gods.
This is troubling news indeed. Well, what? Wow. And she's just like kind of confused as like the rumbling continues to get more and more intense. I've already made one sacrifice today. What more can I do?
We must remove the humans from this island. Squawk.
You may be right, but I don't know why. You think the humans are the ones causing this horrible rumbling right now?
Of course.
Well, I suppose you've seen more than I, and you are communing with the sky gods who can see all. I am merely on this mountaintop, and all I can see is to the left and the right of me. I cannot see to the north and the south. You think I should join the orcs?
Of course. Join the orcs and make sure the humans do not receive your aid.
Well, are you going to give him the supplies you have? Did you forget about them?
I forgot about them for a moment. They're
Okay.
still in my hands, though.
Gotcha, okay. Would you like to give him that or no?
Yeah, I'd like to give them the supplies. These are from the orc chieftains.
Okay. And he goes, oh my, this is, wow, what? And he kind of looks in the bag while he's still jiggling around and like the ground is going even more crazy. So he's like having trouble and he kind of kneels down on the ground so he doesn't fall over. While he's looking in the bag. What'd you say?
I sit on the ground.
Okay.
That way I don't start falling over.
Okay. Are you uncomfortable? Do you need to find a better spot to sit?
No, I'm actually comfortable like this. The other way was uncomfortable.
Okay. So he looks in the bag and he goes, oh my, this is just what I've been needing. Well, if the orc chieftains think that the humans are causing this ruckus, and you think that the sky gods are also commanding this, who am I to argue? Very well. I will attempt to stop aiding the humans, and I will do what I can, I suppose. But I'm not sure what I can do. All I do is try to appease the gods and keep them satiated and slumbering. I cannot do much more than that.
We would like you to find a weak spot in the side of the volcano, one that can lead directly down to the human.
What are you doing?
Obviously, I'm trying to cause a catastrophe.
You're trying to set up a volcano to destroy the people, okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And he goes, a weak point in the side of the... What do you mean?
Where the gods slumber, where the lava is. We must find a weak point in the side, so next time it erupts, the lava spills out to the human side.
This is sacrilege, and I don't know how to feel.
That is what the earth gods told the sky gods to tell me.
You mean the sky gods? Okay, whatever. This is...
Well, I can't speak directly to the earth gods. I can speak directly to the sky gods, remember?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I was confused. I thought you said the opposite. My bad. So he goes, but To find a weak point in the side of the mountain would be to climb down into the pit, but no one who goes down there has ever survived. Surely you must be joking.
I sit there and start thinking about it.
Meanwhile, the whole time this mountain is still like beginning to rumble more and more extremely, like it was before last time when it erupted and like the fire and everything shot out of the top. And the goblin is kind of like worried, like kind of looking around, but like he doesn't do anything about it.
Actually, I've got another idea, Spock. Perhaps we could redirect the flow of the lava from the top to the human side.
I don't know what you mean. Surely only the sky gods could do something so extreme.
If humans can do it, I'm sure you can do it. You're smarter than the humans.
What do you mean? Have the humans done something like this?
I've seen it in other parts of the different countries where humans have made trenches to redirect lava as they wish it to be redirected. Only they would redirect it away from the towns, while we would redirect it towards their towns and crops.
Well, I have always sworn to serve both sides, but I suppose if the gods wished humans to be wiped out, I have no reason to argue.
Not necessarily wiped out, but driven away.
Well, this is quite an extreme. Weren't you in the kingdom recently? Have you turned your back on them? I see. Well, if you think they're truly just deplorable people, I have no reason to...
They're causing a war that causes the Earth Gods to be angry.
I see. There's like a bug in my room. He keeps flying in my eyes. This is so annoying.
I'd like to roll persuasion.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
I got a +6 on it.
Oh my gosh. So that's... Alright. Wow, you rolled a 13 plus that, so that's 19 total. Yep, you're persuading him very... He was already persuaded even without having to roll, but yeah. So he's like...
just made sure.
Yeah, so he's willing to help you aid the orcs and kind of like turn his back on the humans.
Alright, cool.
You have ruined everything. Congrats.
Did I ruin your quest line too?
Nah, it's fine. I mean, you've made your own choices, I suppose.
Alright, so... There's nowhere really I can sleep without the earth shaking too much, is there?
What do you mean, you want to sleep right now?
Well, I need to wait till tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you might want to wait for the earth to stop rumbling right now, which, I mean, it's kind of reached a crescendo over the past, like, let me see how many seconds it's been.
That's a nice head you've got there.
Thanks. It's been about 45-ish seconds of like severe rumbling, and then it like kind of fades out and like starts slowing down and then stops. And then there's silence and stillness again, like just very faint rumbling, maybe a little bit every once in a while, but then it's mostly just silent for about a couple minutes, and then it starts up again, 45 more seconds of horrible rumbling and everything. Then it goes quiet for a minute or two again, and it keeps up with the cycle for probably about 2 or 3 hours.
Well, once it's done, I hold my arms and wings out like some kind of glorious whatever, and I say, "See, even the Earth Gods agree with our idea."
Wait, you hold out your wings? Is this part of the persuasion thing? Yeah, we can say that just doing that, and that was your persuasion roll to make that happen, so yeah, sure, okay. So yeah, he's convinced, and he's like, wow, I can't argue with it, I'll do what you need me to do.
Well, we need to be quick, so hurry up and get the humans to believe that they are redirecting the lava away from them, but have it redirected towards them, unless you want to do the hard work yourself.
You wish me to speak with the humans and get them to do the work for their own destruction?
You could do that, or you could find a way to get orcs on that side without them being seen. Which do you think is easier?
Well, usually the Mountain of Veridad is guarded by both sides because neither side wants me to, or like the Mountain of Veridad and my services to be cut off from the other. So I cannot really provide easy passage for them to be passed through without being seen. But I may be able to convince the humans. Everyone trusts me, so I could convince them to begin work on their own trenches.
I believe in you. So do the earth gods and the sky gods, my friend.
I don't know if I believe it myself. I feel bad about this. I have always been a servant of both sides, but I feel
Would
like
you
this
deny
is
the
the right
earth
thing to
gods
do.
their commandment?
Very well. I will guide. I just wish that I didn't feel bad about it.
Well, we do have one last option, but I really doubt this is going to work. And it has to be done before they build their trenches.
What is this last thing?
So, what you need to do is convince them that the Earth gods are on the brink of destroying the entire island, and if they do not leave, they will be destroyed along with them. And if they decide not to leave, tell them that there may be a chance of survival and use the trenches as the way of survival.
You know,
Boy, I'm evil.
this could work very well. In fact, this makes me wonder how the future will go. In fact, Malika Lecard, I have a quest for you. Before we
Yes?
take any further action, perhaps you and your seasick turtle friend over there, and then you look over at Glumpario, who's just kind of barfing because the land is like just rocking so much, and the dragon who's like still sick and dying.
Oh, my poor friends.
Yeah, so they're just like hating their lives right now, and so the goblin's like, perhaps you and your friends can travel up to the very head of the island, to the, well, the point of truth, or the eye of truth, and look into it. See what you can see in the future. I wonder how things will go. You say you have some plans, or like several plans that seem like they may work very well, but I worry that if you play your cards wrong, I suppose I can't argue with the gods, but there's only so much that I can do to help you. So perhaps seeing into your
that's the
future would
thing.
help. I would love
You
to
can't.
have some assurance.
That's the thing. You must believe in your gods if you're going to have assurance. Don't believe in some wishing well.
You are correct. I do need to have faith. But again, perhaps the best course of action could be determined by looking into the future.
Frickin'.
That's all I if you
If
do
that
not wish,
makes
you do
feel
not have
more
to.
If that makes you feel more comfortable, I shall do it. I shall leave my friend here, but I must return to the orcs by morning. So how far and where is this wishing well of yours?
Fly straight along the spine of the mountain, all the way up to the very edge of the island. You will see it. You can't miss it. It is an orc encampment. If you are friendly with the orcs, then perhaps it will not be a problem for you. But if they are very guarding of that spot, so perhaps you should speak with them, lest you be shot out of the sky.
I think I'll speak with their king first, and then I'll go check. Can you get this started while I'm getting prepared? It feels like the earth gods are getting uneasy and are willing to get started anytime soon without us.
I see. Well, what exactly do you have, like, how do I direct the humans to build these trenches? What directions do they need to be?
They must go towards their crops and their outlaying fortresses.
Why are you doing this? You're
Would you say I'm worse than Hawk right now?
Yes, no, it's fine. Actually, no, you're this is hilarious. I'm enjoying this greatly. Oh my gosh, I don't know how to respond.
You didn't think I'd go that.
You're going very far. Yeah, do whatever you need to. Oh yeah, what are we doing now? I forgot. I've been distracted just by laughing.
Okay. Wanted me. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So he goes, very well. I will speak to the guards of the kingdom outside of my, my mountain. I'll tell them that I have a message from the gods, and I'll see what I can get them to begin doing. In the meantime, you said you were going to go speak to the king. Then I would recommend looking into the future and see what you can find. Perhaps there's an important piece of the puzzle that we are missing. I don't know.
Perhaps a squawk. Okay, I start heading out, and I
will look after your friends as well, because they seem to be very sick.
Okay, so I fly, and I try to find a nice place to roost for the night.
Okay. Yeah, so as the rumbling is continuing and everything, it finally stops after a couple hours as night begins to fall, and then, like, it finally, like, is done. Like, it ends and is actually silent for a while in the night. And then you can get some sleep without being shaken out of the tree.
Alright. So, I'd like to sleep and see if I can heal a little bit for sleeping.
Yeah, go ahead and do a long rest. What's your hit die again?
My hit die is 1d8.
Okay, yeah, roll 1d8 and see how much you heal for.
Can you roll it for me? I don't have...
Okay, gotcha. Oh, that's a 2. Rip.
Ouch. So I did 2 health?
Yeah, you get 2 health returned? Do you roll 2 of them because you're level 2? Honestly, I don't know how the rules work for this.
I don't know either.
Here, let me check it real quick. Restore long rest level 2 D&D 5e. This is an incredibly long search. It's probably not gonna find what we need. Resting. Short rest, long rest. Long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours long, during which a character sleeps or performs light activity, reading, talking, eating, or standing watch from blah. At the end of a long rest, character gains at the end of a long rest, a character regains all lost hit points. Okay, cool. So you're just healed back up to full.
Okay, I'm back up at 20 then.
Okay, very nice. Wait, what? Regains. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Oh well, good enough for me.
Alright,
so yeah, you're healed up to full and
morning time?
Energized. Huh?
Should be morning time now?
Yep. So as the dawn breaks, there's no rumbling, there's no nothing, no birds chirping or anything. It's just the eerie silence that usually follows the island. What?
As usual.
Yep.
Okay, so I fly towards the last chieftain that I met with yesterday.
Okay.
I land just outside his castle areas.
Okay. The guards see you coming, and one of the guards is different from yesterday, but one of the ones is one of the ones who knows you. So the guard who doesn't know you is like, "Rah, ah," and like raises his spear, but the one who knows you is like, "Wait, halt, it's fine. Hello." And they go,
"Greetings, my friends.
Welcome back. The chieftain has been expecting you, but you're a bit early. We haven't heard back from the king yet."
Oh, what a shame. The gods are getting a bit uneasy, and I do have good news for the chieftain, though.
Ah, well, by all means, go ahead in. And they open the door for you.
I head in towards the chieftain.
Okay, yeah, the inner guards take your weapons again, but they let you in through the iron doors. And the chieftain is sitting there, and he goes, "Ah, Malik, my friend, how is it?"
Well, I managed to convince the witch doctor to join our side.
Ah,
And we
excellent.
came up with a plan.
We've been trying to do that for so many years. I never thought I'd see the day. Generations of shamans have just always been neutral, but this is the day that we eradicate the humans, finally. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
We came up with a good plan. We're going to well, not force, but trick the humans into digging their own graves.
Ah, what a fantastic idea. How is it gonna work?
We're going to have them dig trenches towards their fortresses and farms, and the lava will flow into those areas, leaving them defenseless and hungry. And you and your people will be able to attack after they start getting hungry.
This is a good plan. I like it. I like a bird that can think well. Not a bird brain today, are we?
Though there is one thing that he wants me to do.
What is that?
He wants me to go to that oracle thingy that you orcs control.
Ah, we don't speak of that often. That's quite a request. So
Yes.
the shaman wishes you to go to the Eye of Truth? The Eyes of
Yes, and
Truth.
he wishes me to look into it and tell him what I see.
Well, one can hardly argue with the shaman. Well,
Which
when
they
the
did for years.
what'd you say?
Which they did for years.
What?
They can't argue with the shaman, yet they try to argue him into their side.
Well, they can't argue with the shaman's authority, but they have been trying to convince him to work with them. So yeah, he goes, huh. Well, I don't have the clearance to be able to grant you that permission, but the king can, of course. So, I suppose once we hear back from the king, maybe you can visit him yourself, or I can ask for permission and you can wait here once again. Either way, you'll have to get permission from the king himself in order to access such a restricted area.
May I have a... one second. May I have a scroll of pedigree of yours so that I may have confirmation that you and I are friends?
What's a scroll of pedigree?
Basically telling you you are who you are and you belong to this family. Basically, it's proof.
Proof of who you are and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So, you're asking for a scroll of...
Or just something that I could prove that it's you.
What do you mean? That it's you? What do you mean?
I don't know how to explain it.
You're trying to prove that you're with this dude?
That the chieftain is my friend and that he trusts me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm willing to go meet the king, I just need to have proof that I'm not spinning tails.
Well, he's already sent a message to the king, and they're waiting to hear a response back. So, like, the king knows about you and everything. You could just go show up and not even get the message that he sent in return.
Okay, well, then I'm just going to go fly over to the king, then.
Okay. So, erase whatever that scroll of pedigree nonsense is. I don't understand it, sorry. Okay. So yeah, I guess you just say goodbye to the chieftain or something?
Yeah, I say goodbye and I head to the king. Oh, well, he hasn't even told me where the king is.
Oh, okay. Do you want to ask that or something? Ah, darn that! I will smash you and kill you. Eventually.
Well, when did the witch doctor get here?
Sorry, I have a lot. Hey, Denise, why is Ray on the floor? Ray is on the floor because his computer died and he's just wandering around.
Yeah. I ask him where the king is.
The king is at the Empire, or the the capital of the Empire of Gath. The king, or the capital is northeast of here. For maybe about 5 miles northeast of here. You can't miss it. It's the biggest settlement that we have in the entire kingdom, or the entire empire of orcs. Sorry, I said kingdom, but that's just because it's a synonym. Yeah, you know, it's fine. It's hard when you have literally an empire that's called the empire and a kingdom that's called the kingdom, but they can interchange. I don't know.
I understand.
Okay. Yeah. So it's that way. Can't miss it.
I thank him and start heading there. I decide to fly there also.
All right. Very well. See you, my friend. And he just keeps laughing like, can't believe how our fortune has turned. Alright, so you take off and you start flying that way?
Yep.
Alright.
Boy, Glompario's gonna hate me when he comes back, is he?
I don't know what's... You've changed the course of this this world an extreme amount. Alright, so you're flying. It's basically, the land is just more of the same. A lot of like overworked farmland, little settlements and like little camps of orcs that are kind of fending for themselves a little bit, more or less.
Sounds like I'm gonna have to teach these orcs about crop rotation.
Yeah, a little bit. The humans seem to be doing a bit better with that. Anyway, you flying over this land, and actually a lot of the sand and like dust is like kind of blackish, as though it's like volcanic. So maybe in the past there has been a lava flow on this side of the islands. I'm not sure. Anyway, you eventually come across basically the exact same place that you just left, except it's bigger. So like a bigger orc town, and it's like more advanced, and like it's got some machinery, like not post-industrial revolution type machinery, but just like,
I understand.
Yeah, like big industrial, like kind of. It's got some mechanisms in place, like gears and mills and that kind of thing, and yeah, lots of people around doing different things.
All right. I head towards the biggest looking castle looking thing, and land in the front of the entrance.
Okay. As you're landing, orcs are like, ah, blah, blah, and they like kind of draw their weapons because they're not sure what's happening, and they're like, hey, who are you? What's the meaning of this?
I am Malik Alucard, and the chieftain from the southwest sent a message ahead of me so that I may speak to the king.
So, message boy. They kind of motioned him over. Did you bring a message from, I forgot the name of that other place that you were at. Did you get a message from that other place that I forgot the name of? About a bird person. And the message boy goes, yes, yeah, we got a message from them just yesterday. And he goes, very well. And he lowers his bow, but they're still pretty suspicious of you, and then he goes, so, what did the message say, message boy? And they're like, the bird is trusted, he is to speak with the king. There you go, okay, fine. And the guards kind of like part ways, and they like let you in the door to the giant castle.
They sounded kind of disappointed too.
Yeah, they wanted some bird meat.
Oh no!
One of them.
I head towards in the interior of the castle.
As you're heading in, roll me a dex save real quick.
Dex save. Oh, that's a -2.
Oh, wait, you want me to roll? I guess.
Yeah, I can't roll.
Gotcha.
I don't have dice.
Well, I just rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
So that's a -1 for you. Okay. I didn't really have a plan for what to do if you crit failed, because it wasn't really meant to be that big a deal. Well, so as you're heading in the door, one of the guards is kind of like salty, and he like yanks a tail feather of yours, and you go ah! But because of that, you like your wings like slam into the door behind you, and you're like ah! You, like fall over and just like cause a ruckus, and feathers go flying, and the guards are like, what's wrong with you?
I just merely try to pose myself back to being noble looking, and then I try to play it off. I'll roll for acting.
Okay.
Or performance.
Okay.
My performance is a 6.
Okay. That's a 9, so that's 15 total. Yeah. So you just act dignified again, and they're just like, crazy bird, and they close the door on you. So then 2 inner guards go, who goes there? Who are you?
I'm here to speak to King. Speak to the King.
I see. Does he expect you?
I would hope so. He got a message from another chieftain.
Very well. Hand us your weapons and all sorts of
I hand him my
trinkets you may
weapons
have.
and my banjo. I mean,
your banjo. Alright. Yeah, they take all that stuff, and they might also take your, you have a component pouch, right, to be able to cast spells or something? Something like that.
A component pouch?
Yeah, I think spellcasters have something like that, right?
No, because I'm not a spellcaster.
Well, you're a bard.
Yeah, well, I've got a purse, scroll of pedigree, signet ring, set of fine clothing, which I'm wearing, loot, diplomat's pouch, dagger, rapier, leather armor. I don't know what's in the diplomat's pouch, though.
Oh, well, never mind. I guess you're good. All right, so yeah, they never mind because that doesn't exist, so they don't take that. So yeah, they let you in, and they go, he's not busy right now. Go ahead and.
All right, I head in.
But they do give you like wary eyes as you're heading in.
As I head in, I spread my arms and wings. Hail the great king of orcs, the mightiest of all the greenskins!
The orc king goes, are you the Malik Alucard I've been hearing of? And he holds out his like ringed, like he's got like gold and gems on his ringed fingers, and he's like all decked out and pretty like nice looking stuff. He's got like a red cape and that kind of thing.
I am, your highness.
Just the bird I've been looking to see. Come. And he motions for you to come closer.
I come closer.
I've heard you've done a good deed for one of our chieftains. So tell me, Malik, did you what is your plan for helping us to defeat the humans?
Well, I plan on using the gods' power against the humans. The earth gods has spoke to the sky gods, and the sky gods has spoke to me, which then told me to go speak to the witch doctor and tell the witch doctor to join you all, which I successfully did. The witch doctor is convincing the humans to dig trenches towards their farms and fortresses, which will allow the earth gods to send their fury and anger towards the humans, being so, well, human.
Whoa. That was a lot of words, but I'm gonna assume that you explained this in a way that it was made sense to this dude, and he goes, this is fantastic news. Thank you, Malik Alucard. I've heard also that you are the son of a king in another land.
I am from far, far, far east.
Well, whenever you return there, take this ring as a symbol of my gratitude and as a token of friendship between our nations. And he like hands you one of his like big old ruby rings with a symbol of the orcs on it.
I gladly take it and put it in my pouch.
So Malik, how can I aid you in your quest? Why have you come to me?
The witch doctor wishes me to look into the oracle, the eye of truth. So I need to ask you to give me permission to do that.
Very well. If the shaman thinks that you will see something, I suppose I can. I'll believe it. Here, let me give you a signed message that you can show to anyone who asks you, if you are allowed, and then they'll let you through. And he like takes a moment to like bring out a piece of parchment and like scribbles down like something or whatever. Then like drops a few drops of wax on it from a candle and pushes his ring into it to like mark it as being official from the king. And then he hands it. Here, show this to anyone who gives you any trouble. This should allow you to travel all the way to the Eye of Truth without any trouble.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Well, it was nice to meet you, Malik Alucard. I hear you're doing great things for our kingdom.
Honor on my behalf.
Yes, the Empire will thank you for your services should we win this war.
Okay, so I start heading out.
Okie doke. What are you
Boy,
doing?
I'm just starting some chaos.
Yeah, you're ruining everything. It's fine though. It's the best thing ever.
At least I'm doing it creatively.
Yeah. Alright, man, you're like blazing through this quest just because you can fly everywhere you're going.
Yeah.
So yeah, now what? What you gonna do?
I fly towards the Oracle, Eye of Truth, and I'll land outside the camp.
Okay. So, do you remember what the shaman said about, like, be careful, you might get shot down if you're, like, just kind of flying straight over there, because that's, like, a heavily guarded area?
Well, I land just outside the guarded area.
Okay. And do you fly along the spine of rocks in order to find your way there, or do you just kind of, like, fly?
Kind of on the, low to the ground near the spine.
Near the
if
what?
that makes sense.
Fly low to the ground near the what?
Near the spine. Low to the ground near the spine.
Okay. How near? Are you, like, kind of in that
like,
valley area?
Maybe 10 feet. 10 feet above the flat line.
Okay, so that you're like between the trees in the clearing and
Yes.
between the mountains. Okay.
Yeah.
Which side are you on? Are you on the human side or the orc side?
The orc
as you're
side.
doing that? Okay. So as you're flying along, you hear a couple. Oh, actually, roll me perception.
Okay. My perception, if I remember, is 4. What?
Well, it doesn't matter because you're not 20.
Oh, and at 20. Great.
Yep. So as you're flying along, you hear the like every time you pass, like, because remember there are humans on top of the wall on the spine. So as you're flying along, zipping north, the humans on top of the wall go, "What? Hey, hey!" And they like kind of draw their bows and they're like yell into each other, and you hear these like yells of alarm, and they're like confused as they see you kind of flying along, and they try to shoot a couple arrows at you, but they miss terribly because you're just flying too fast. And yeah, that's about it. That happens as you're flying along.
All right.
Then,
so I land just outside the guarded territory of the Oracle.
well, as you're flying along the spine, before you get there, you reach a point where the wall, like, you know how the wall's been like guarded by humans up until now, but then suddenly there comes a point where like the wall is kind of collapsed and like broken down, and like there's kind of like orc tents like just kind of haphazardly all over the spine of the mountains instead, and like it's basically like orc encampments have been set up, and the wall has kind of like been knocked down and kind of is in ruins. There's still remnants of the wall, but the wall has kind of like been taken over, and both sides are occupied by the orcs at this point. So like as the more you fly north, the more captured by the orcs it is, and you can see like to your right, like up across the spine, which I guess you can't really see because you're below, but like do you see that to your right there's more like orc forces and like camps and people around and activity going on. But yeah, you keep flying, and nobody really notices you as you're flying along until, yes, you finally land outside the guarded area. Yeah, so you see ahead of you like this giant stone wall that's been constructed, and there's like a big like metal portcullis that can be opened and closed, and it's guarded by about 5 different orcs, and there are orcs on top of the walls as well. And you land kind of before them, and they're like, "Halt! Who are you?"
I take out the scroll from the king. The king has given me permission to enter and look upon the oracle.
What? One of the orcs kind of like tromps up to you, and he's like, "Give me that." Ugh. Who are you, Birdman?
I am Malik Alakad, a friend of the king, a friend of the orcs, and a friend of the witch doctor.
Very well. You're quite popular for a Newlander. Come with me. And he kind of sighs in annoyance, but he willingly begins to lead you into the portcullis, and he motions for them to lift it up. You hear like chains rattling as they crank it up, and it kind of raises. You go through, and then it closes behind you. This orc leads you through another camp. Like there's quite a lot of buildings in here, all made out of stone. And you walk through this like kind of industrial place. There's like lots of blacksmithing going on, and like preparations for armor being made and that kind of thing. You can see that there's also like some catapults being constructed within these walls, and it's basically like a heavily fortified like war area. And the guard begins to talk to you as he's like leading you through all this nonsense and crazy area. So, you're new to this land, are you? According to this letter.
I am.
What made you decide to come to our land?
Personal reasons.
Interesting. I haven't seen one bird person yet who hasn't been running from something. What are you running from?
Just trying to prove my father wrong is all. Squawk!
Wrong about what?
Trust me, you don't want to know. Squawk!
I suppose I'll leave it at that. I'll be honest, I don't trust anyone who's not an orc these days. So, I'm sorry if I'm rude, but why are you helping us? What's in it for you?
I've already became allies with your people, so it is natural for an ally to help an ally. Is it not? What?
This is true. I just haven't heard of an ally of the orcs in a long, long time. Most people take one sniff of us and think that we're not worth helping.
Well, they kind of don't see past the rough exterior.
Very true. We do all have wives and children just like anyone else.
Exactly. You have hearts, and you love, and you hate.
True. We're no different than those humans, but those humans are heartless. They kill us for no reason, they betray our trust, they ruin the traditions of combat and all sorts of things.
Well, do not worry. We have a plan the king and I have come up with.
Wow, this is very interesting to hear. Does this plan
Our king
have anything?
is a very intelligent man.
Yeah, and that he is. That's why he's our leader. Does this plan have anything to do with your permission here to see the Eye of Truth? Not many have had the honor of gazing into its depths.
It was the witch doctor that wished me to look into it so he could carry out his plan without worries.
I see. Some who have looked into this have gone insane or begun to fear that their lives would end, and begun to be obsessed with ending their fate or like avoiding something horrible. you do you have the confidence to believe that you'll be able to withstand what you see?
Mentality, I have. Strength, I don't.
That I can tell by your bird wings. And he kind of eyes them hungrily. So as
Are we there yet?
yeah. As you're walking, you start to come to the coast. Like you finally reach a point where you can basically just like see out over the ocean and the sparkling like the horizon beyond, and there's just ocean as far as you can see, no land or nothing. So but like you're descending. So like if this is a wall and you're like kind of up here descending down, and then like this is the ocean, so you can see the ocean, but then you're like descending down, so like there's this wall defending or like between the ocean and this encampment. So it's a very thick wall, thick enough for like people to stand on and defend from above and everything. So there might be there's like one port at kind of like the end of the island, just along the spine, but and that's like a place for boats and stuff to dock, but it's heavily defended and it's not vulnerable to attack by sea. So yeah, as you're walking down into this port, there's like a large square building, also made of stone. The orcs seem to be very good with stonework, and yeah, it's closed in by two great, huge wooden doors, and it's like reinforced with metal. Some of it's iron, and there's actually a little bit of gold in there as well, just to like make it look fancy, spruce it up a bit. And the orc who was leading you kind of brings you to there, and that place has two guards standing by the door as well, and they also kind of go who what, and they kind of have their spears drawn, and the dude goes, it's fine, he's got a message from the king, he has permission to come in here. And they're like, excuse me?
Excuse me?
And they're like, does this bird brain have, why does the king think he won't lose his mind looking in here? Do you want to say anything or not?
Nah,
Okay.
I just keep my silence.
And the guard who's leading you goes, heck if I know. All I know is I'm supposed to let him try his luck in this room. If he dies, I have nothing to do with it. So they kind of step back and go, okay, and they begin to open the door, and they like go, hold on, give us your weapons or anything sharp you have on you.
Okay, I give him my dagger and my rapier.
Okay. And they leave your loot alone this time, and they go, good luck, hope you live. And they open this great door.
Okay, so do I roll perception to see what's in there?
Yeah, you can go ahead and walk in first. You're not in any immediate
I
danger.
walk in and I look around.
Okay. So as you
I
walk
got
in,
perception of +4 if you want to roll it.
As you walk in, they pull the giant doors shut behind you, and you're just in a little hallway before like the main room, and then you can walk to your right. Like there's like it's basically like a 2 meter by 2 meter little hallway, and it goes off to your right, and then there's another door, like just a regular wooden door that you can easily open, not locked or anything. You can just walk in it.
Okay.
And then that's the actual room.
Okay, I do that.
Alright, so as you enter this new room, you see, well, I'll roll you perception, I guess. Wow, you got a 19 plus 4, so that's 23. Holy. You see this giant square box of a building or whatever, or castle type thing, has been constructed around what looks to be like natural stone. But the natural stone is in like a it's a huge room that you're currently in. Like it's maybe I don't know how to measure because I'm bad at distance. So if that's that distance, then okay, yeah, maybe this room is maybe like twice the length of a football field, so like 600
That is
feet or
pretty
something.
large.
Yep, and it's also almost as tall. Oh, not quite that tall. I don't know. It's big. It's a big room. So like
Alright.
it extends to your left and right, and like only the area near where you are is lit. But to the right and left of you, it's kind of like it fades off into darkness. But in front of you is this large, like natural stone monument-looking thing, and it is kind of it's rocky and like rocks jutting out in weird places, but the general shape of it is kind of like spherical. So it's like a giant. You can see kind of like a quarter of this giant sphere, and sorry, there's people in real life. So you're looking at what looks like this stone kind of interlocking or whatever, just like jutting out or whatever in this large pattern that goes to either side of you, and then there's the other part that goes like this, but there's a tiny little slit, the tiniest little slit between these two giant parts of rock, where you can see what looks to be like water or like some sort of like reflection of the light behind you. So like there's two torches on the wall behind you, and you can see the reflection of it, like kind of like the reflection I can currently see off your glasses. So there's like a little reflection of like either water or something within the crack, and yeah, that's about it. Just a gigantic.
Before I do
sphere
anything,
kind of
I
thing.
speak out loud. Does this thing live? Is it sentient?
Mm-hmm. Who are you speaking to? There's no one in this room.
Just in general.
Mm-hmm. You hear no response. Just the echoes of your own voice going, "Is this, is this, is this?"
Well, I was just trying to see if that thing was sentient that I'm going to be looking into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as I walk up to it, I'm humming an old song from my people that encourages courage and stuff. 1 second here. Can I do bardic inspiration on myself?
I mean,
Would there be any use of doing that on myself at this moment?
I wouldn't say so, honestly.
Alright. Well, then, I'm just humming a song before I walk up there to give myself motivation, and then I look into that crack.
Okie doke. So, as you walk up to this crack, like you get to you reach this giant stone. It goes up to about chest height ish, so like comes up to maybe here on you, the first part of the stone, and then the second part of the stone just goes way above you, so you can kind of like peer between the two cracks and like see you see maybe 10 feet ahead of you, like this kind of like clear reflective sphere. It seems like this giant stone sphere is like around this like more smooth kind of looks like it's made of glass type of sphere. And you see like a faint light coming from deep within the sphere. So like let's see, let me do some quick trigonometry real quick.
Wait, you can do trigonometry on the fly? What?
Okay, so maybe the length of a football field within this
All right.
This like glass ball that you see, or like within the circle, you see a light coming. So it's like very distant, but it's also, and it's pretty faint, but like you can see something in there, and you're kind of looking at it. Roll me perception. Oh, I guess I have to.
Perception's +4.
19. Very nice. Alright, so as you roll, or as
As I roll?
yeah, as Malik Alucard rolls a die into this gigantic thingy. As you look into this eye, you roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. What is my wisdom? +2.
Okay, is that for save or just your modifier?
That's my modifier.
Okay, do the save.
I don't have any die.
Yeah, but see how next to it says save? It's like there's a modifier, but also a save thing. Oh, it's the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's +2 for me.
Okay. 16 + 2, yeah, okay. So, you feel a little bit weird. Like, you feel like you're as... What? Hello?
And when do you eat lunch? When are you gonna...
I ate breakfast, I didn't eat lunch yet. Okay, I'll be done with this in a half hour.
Before you...
I don't know. I guess I can try to find it for myself.
Station though.
Would you take it out, or would I have to go find it? Yes.
I want to know that... Alright, you're not gonna...
Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, thanks. Sorry about that. I should have muted myself, but I didn't figure it was worth it. Tanisi says, "Hi, mommy monkey!" I didn't realize Tanisi was still watching. It says I have 0 viewers. The thing is confused. Oh well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so as you're looking into, like, looking deep into it, like, trying to focus on this distant light, you're, like, really trying to understand what it is, because it looks familiar. It's like a faint, kind of yellowish, silverish glow, and you're like, what is this? And as you're looking into it, trying to focus on it, it feels like it's looking back at you or something. Like you feel in your soul like something is being changed, and you're like, ah, that's a weird feeling. What is this? And then like the light in the back of whatever this thing is gets brighter, or like it becomes more clear, and it's almost like it's getting closer to you, and then like you're kind of having a vision. So like it's solidified and like become more clear, and now you're actually able to distinguish objects and figure out what it is, and it's like you're having this vision or dream.
Alright.
So you see you see the kingdom in flames. Like you see the capital of the kingdom with like fire and lava shooting everywhere, people running around. You see orcs attacking, and they seem to be winning against the humans. And then it flashes to a new scene. You see the shaman getting stabbed and like being kicked into the great golden doors that you saw earlier, like the gates of...
By who?
The gates of Veritas. You can't
A
tell.
human
You're
or
looking at the
orc?
back of them, but you just see like this this kind of like silhouette figure, because like the light's behind
Can
them.
I tell if it's a human or orc?
Roll me perception.
+4.
Okay. You can't tell.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry. Then you also it fades away again, and you see PETA like just kind of like not really exploding, but just kind of like tearing, I guess. I don't know, like the PETA's face is like splitting in half or something. You're not sure if it's like a metaphor or something, or like if it actually is something that you're seeing. And you see Glomporio with some other turtles, and like he's smiling and he's happy. You're not sure where he is, but you see him like in a grassy meadow somewhere, and he's like with people that apparently care for him, and they're like hugging him and stuff. and you see yourself with your father, and
Oh.
your father is like looking menacing at you, and you're just like, what? And then you see like the ground rumbling, and like basically you see from a far distance like the entire island just kind of like exploding and like crunching in lava, and earth shaking everywhere, as though the gods have like just kind of yeeted the entire island out of the water. And then everything just goes dark, and like you're back where you in the room, and you kind of fall backward.
Well, first I gather my wits about me and I start rushing back to the king of the orcs.
Okay, you just like bust through the doors, and you're like, nope, 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 and the orcs are like what? Hello? Okay. So yeah, you rush out the doors. What do you do with the orcs? Do you care that they're there?
I don't care what they say. I just spread my wings immediately. I might knock over you with my wings, and then I just fly as fast as I can.
Okay, they go, you're alive. What did you? Whoa! What? Wait! Go. I guess he's gone. All right. So I'm gonna say nobody like shoots at you while you're taking off and heading back. But yeah, you fly across the land and you go back to the king.
All right.
What do you want to do?
I'll land just outside his
Just outside what?
castle doors.
Okay. And the guards go, welcome back. That was quicker than we expected.
I have dire news for the king. I must see him.
Very well. Right, you might have to wait for a moment. I believe he's speaking to someone else, but you may wait inside.
Before I go inside, I look towards the. How much do you believe in the Eye of Fate?
I believe that anyone who's ever seen something in it, it's mostly come true. I'm pretty sure that's why it's called the Eye of Truth.
Then I must speak to your king immediately.
Very well. So they so they let you in, and you're waiting in the inner room with the other guards now.
I'm pacing back and forth while I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm. So the king is in there for a good 5-10 minutes, and nothing's happened, no news or anything. And the other dude he's talking to apparently hasn't come out. Do you want to bust in, or just like keep waiting?
No, I continue pacing back and.
Okay. Eventually he is done with whatever he's doing, and the guards open it up, and they let you in. Oh, they take your weapons, of course.
Who was talking to him? Was it another orc, a human?
It was another orc. It was a female orc, and she left. She was like, as you're coming in, she's like leaving through the door on the other side of the hall. So like, she doesn't come right by you or anything.
So I walk in, and I'm still shaking from what I've seen.
Okay. The king goes, Malik Alicard, are you back already?
I am, and I've seen the doom of this island. Squawk!
The doom of this
Your gods
island?
are beyond angry. Squawk!
What do you mean?
What I mean is this island is not going to exist much longer. If you stay on here much longer, you all will die. Squawk!
Well, this is troubling news. What makes you think this? What did you see in the eye?
In the eye, I saw that my plan worked, but at the same time, it didn't work. My plan manages to destroy the humans. You guys win your war, but shortly after, the entire island goes boom!
Goes boom.
Goes boom!
I can scarcely believe it. What does that even mean?
That means this island won't be uninhabitable for you. Everything will die. Everything.
Well, But then what should we do? We can't just stop fighting or the humans will wipe us out.
Man your boats, keep them guessing what's going on. I'll keep the humans working on their own trenches, and once I give you the word, you leave.
I love how you're like, oh yeah, my plan is gonna work and it's gonna kill everyone. Let me continue my plan anyway. Oh my gosh.
That's why I'm going to get them to leave before the plan happens.
Oh boy. You have the best idea ever? Oh my goodness. You're not gonna consult with Glomparia or anything? You're just gonna, alright.
Nope.
We'll see what Hawk and Jack think of this insanity next time we do it.
Are we done?
No, we have a little bit more time left. We got like a little bit more left, but I'm just like, holy cow! You're progressing the plot so far in so many ways. I would really like to have them here instead, or like instead of just letting you make all the calls. All right. So the king goes, "We're not exactly skilled boat craftsmen. The kingdom has a stronger naval presence than we do."
Then we steal their navy.
I like the way you think, but this would require a conquest that is not exactly expected. However, that might work to our advantage.
I've seen the northern wall. You guys have complete control over it. You guys could scale the mountain quite easily.
What did you say?
I said that they have control of the northern wall, that they could scale the mountain quite easily from there.
You're right. That's where we just launched our attack yesterday. It was quite a bloody battle, but we came out on top. That's why there was so much crumbling yesterday, in case you weren't aware. I figured you had seen it or heard of it or something.
No, I was flying south at the time.
I see. Well, this is troubling. We're so close to the goal we've always dreamed of. Are you sure of what you've seen?
I'm
Many
sure
people have
what
seen-
I've seen, but it's up to you to take the warning. If you don't believe in the eye of truth, then you don't believe in the eye of the truth. Personally,
Well-
I'm just telling you what I've seen.
I know I've seen some people look into the eye of truth and see themselves die in one way, and then they attempt to avoid it and end up causing it themselves. I fear that to try to avoid this fate, it will only bring it upon ourselves. Perhaps we should continue with our current plan. I refuse to give up on this land. This is the only place my people have ever known.
I start thinking. Well...
Perhaps your plan is too deadly? Perhaps you anger the gods with, well... You say you speak for the gods, and the shaman
I
seems
spoke
to trust
the
you.
wind gods,
Hmm.
who spoke to the earth gods.
This is deeply troubling. Report back to the shaman and see what he thinks. Perhaps he has some insight into what this vision of yours means.
Very well. Okay, I start heading towards shaman.
Mm-hmm. So the king just sits there and he's like, well, this stinks. So yep, you fly again. Just more flying, more speeded niche. I need to like cripple your wings so you can stop flying so quickly. You're gonna complete the whole.
Wow!
I'm kidding. So you reach back to the mountain, and it's like evening now. And as you land in the central like cave thing that the shaman chills out in usually, you don't see him around. He's not there for right now.
I checked the big golden doors because I'm wary about that vision.
Okay. So as you push open push open? I think push open. Push open, I forgot which way the doors open. It's hard to remember too many details about an entire new world in your head. So yeah, you push open these giant doors and they kind of like creak open with this immense sound, and you look down into the face melting heat of the volcano, and it looks about the same as it was before, maybe just a little bit more lava-y and rumbly than it was before.
Okay, then I go onto the human side. I fly up a bit to look for the.
You didn't even look in the side room yet. Did you close the doors?
Yeah. Let's look in the side room first.
Okay. Did you close the golden doors, or did you? Just
No,
leave
I
them
left
open?
them open.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, you look in that side room and you see Glompario and the dragon. Glompario looks like he's doing a little bit better. The dragon looks like it's worse for wear, and it's just curled up, and there's some meat beside it, but it seems to be refusing to eat. And do you want to say anything to Glompario or anything, or just kind of leave him there?
No.
Okay, Glompario sees you and he goes, "There you are! I've been so bored waiting here. Where have you been?"
I've been I've been making friends.
For 3 days? Or wait, 1 day, 2 days? I don't know how many days it's been now. I've lost track.
It's been a day and a half.
For a day and a half?
Yeah.
Well, you better take me with you next time you leave, alright? What are you doing now?
You need to start heading towards the beach and find yourself a boat out of here.
A boat? What do you mean? We just arrived here. I thought we were looking for a new land.
Yes, well, this place is not good for you, trust me.
Okay. Well, where do you want me to go?
Just anywhere away from this island. Far, far, far away from this island.
Oh, okay. Should I? But the shaman has been helping us to stay not sick.
I'm sure you'll be fine. You look like you're healthy as a horse, or as a turtle, as you are.
Oh, okay. But PETA certainly isn't doing as well as I am.
I think PETA would be better off staying here.
Okay. I don't know. PETA has nowhere else to go. We're the only family he has now.
Well, I'm going to stay here for a little bit because I've accidentally started an epidemic that is probably going to destroy this entire island.
I thought we were the ones who caused that.
Well, just say a plan that I started is going to cause this entire island to explode.
What? What do you mean?
Trust me, you don't want to waste any time. Go get a human woman that you like, put her on a boat, and go ship off somewhere.
Bird brain, you confuse me. Well, very well. I'll bring my medicine and... I'm not gonna leave PETA behind, though.
Trust me, you need to leave PETA behind. He has the sickness still, and you're just going to get sick some more.
Oh, okay.
I'll stay with him, I promise.
Very well. So, I'll go find that girl that we were flirting with, and then... You remember that girl that you and Glompario were both flirting with?
Yeah.
I'll go find her, and I'll get back in my boat. Hopefully no one's stolen it over the past couple of days.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright, are you going to join me?
I will join you shortly after I finish. I'll even bring PETA along.
Okay. I'll wait for you and get some supplies.
Wait for me out in the middle of the ocean.
In the middle of the ocean, what?
Alright.
Okay. Wait, how are you going to find me in the middle of the ocean?
I can fly, you silly turtle.
Good point. Alright, well...
Go directly north of here.
Then we'll see. I'll find you. How's that sound?
Did you say sail directly north?
Yeah.
Okay. But won't that be along the shore? Because you're currently, like, if he goes back to the place where you first landed, if he sails directly north from there, because he landed on the west, you guys landed on the west side of the island, so that would be, like, kind of traveling along the shore for quite a long ways, and not really getting away from the island, but, alright.
Okay, sorry, then, east?
So, where are we going to go? Hopefully we're not going to sail again.
Yes, we're going to sail again until we another. But I have a good feeling about this new island. A very good feeling.
Well, maybe we can find my home.
Maybe.
Very well. I'll make the preparations and set sail. Let me know what happens.
I will, I promise. Squawk!
So, just so I can convince that girl better, you say the whole island is going to die or something?
Yes, the whole island's gonna explode.
Okay. And he just goes, alright, well, I'll see you later, Millie.
Well, actually, don't tell her that. Tell her something else, like woo her into going with.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what,
sure I can
Howard?
manage that with my immense muscles.
I believe in you, old friend. You can do it.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to be like Jack was. I don't know if I'm succeeding. So Glampario heads down, or like heads out the entrance, or like the cave entrance to the kingdom, and he starts heading down.
Alright. Are there any other rooms I need to look?
Well, there is one more room, like to the left. Like you went in the entrance to the right, the open cave. There's another one with a closed iron, or like a closed wood door with like iron banding. So you could open that too. You don't know what's in there yet.
I go
If you
over
wanna
there
look
and
for-
knock on the door several times.
There's no response.
I open the door.
Inside you see like a bedroll and like a bunch of like potions and like materials for like crafting stuff. You see a bunch of food, and like a bunch of little trinkets along the walls, kind of like not necessarily like clockwork inventions or anything, but just like little toys or like
Kitchen gadgets.
yeah, just kind of, I don't know, like whatever random nonsense you would collect if you're eccentric and religious. I have no idea.
So he's not there?
Yeah, he's not in there. There doesn't seem to be.
Okay, I
any
head
trace of
out
him.
the human exit. The kingdom exit.
Okay.
And I fly just high enough to see people, and I'm looking for him specifically.
Hi, magical unicorn. How high are you flying again? You said just high enough to be able to see him.
Just a little bit higher than the trees.
Okay. So as you're flying, as you're flying along, you see a couple, or like him leading like a group of like 10 humans or something, and he's like kind of about halfway between the last settlement you guys were at and the mountain, like the nearest
Alright,
human
I fly
settlement.
to
in the
him then.
Okay, so he's like in the woods, and you'd have to like crash through some leaves or branches in order to get there. Can you roll me a dexterity save if you still want to try to land there?
-2.
Huh?
-2 dexterity.
Alright. Alright, that's a 10, -2 is an 8. So you kinda have a bit of a rough landing, but you're fine. You just kinda like you crunch and bash through a bunch of branches and leaves and stuff as you collapse there.
Ouch,
And-
ouch, 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 ouch.
And the humans all go, "What the? Wah, a bird person? What are you doing here?"
My friend.
And the shaman's kind of, you see the shaman kind of like leaning heavily on a cane, and he's like, yes, my friend, what is it?
We must speak privately real quick.
Okay. Oh, did you visit the Eye of Truth?
I did. That's why I wish to speak to you about.
Oh, I see. Excuse me, my human friends. and he like kind of goes ahead along the path for far enough away where they're out of earshot. What is it?
In the eye of truth, I saw this. Okay, maybe I should start from the beginning. I tell him everything that I saw.
Okay, and he
I
goes.
should have good memory. Let me see my memory. If there's a memory roll. Wisdom?
I don't think you have to
Insight?
roll. I don't think you have to roll for memory. I think it's mostly
Okay.
just assumed in D&D that you can remember whatever it was that you were remembering, and if you do forget something, then the DM can tell you what it was again. It's like,
Okay, well, I tell him everything except for Glumpario vision.
okay. So he goes, "Oh my. Sounds like the thing that we've always been fearing, the God's awakening. It seems like it might be at hand. Or maybe this is a vision of a possible future. I don't know. This is concerning, though, to say the least. Our whole way of life could be threatened. If the humans are causing this war, it might be the best option to end this war before it causes, well, that untimely fate of us all. What do you think we should do, Malik?"
I believe, yes, the humans are causing this war, but I believe that it is because we're trying to move the humans off this island that the gods are getting very, very, very angry. They want them as sacrifice. So in order to prevent the gods from completely awakening, we must leave the humans on this island and leave this island with the orcs.
So you believe that the solution to find peace is to abandon the island to the humans alone?
Yes.
Even though the humans are the ones that you say need to be eliminated, and yet you're giving them exactly what they've always wanted, a life free of the orcs?
I'm giving them life free of the orcs for just a few minutes or even days.
And then you think that the island will explode and kill them all?
Yes, basically.
Well, I suppose you may be right. Sometimes it's difficult to interpret such visions, but you are a man of the gods, as you say. Or a bird of the gods. I suppose I will trust you in this, for now. If you come up with any new interpretations, be sure to let me know. So,
I am curious about something.
yes,
What
of
about
course.
the dragon?
The dragon seems to be struggling. Nothing I give it seems to be aiding the infection he has. I am not sure what this scourge is that's infecting the land, but it seems like it affects dragons more than humans. Speaking of humans, it seems more and more people are getting sick with this disease every day. About half of the people in this group down here have family members that are infected right now. The plague is spreading across this land.
Then I suggest you leave them alone. Coughing. We don't need you getting worse.
What'd you say?
I said, I suggest you leave them alone. I've seen you coughing. I don't need you getting worse.
That is a good point, but what about your plan with the trenches and all that?
Just tell them real quick how to finish it, and then tell them work somewhere else. You must go attend to somewhere else in their land.
I suppose I can go back to my island, or my mountain, like I always do, and like I was planning on doing anyway. But I suppose the humans do need some supervision to make sure that they enact their own destruction properly.
I think that the island explosion will be enough.
That is a fair point. Well, I leave it to you then, Malik. I will tell these humans in short detail what they must do, and then I will try to avoid getting myself infected. And as the orcs have requested, I will stop treating them for their disease, and I'll let them die, I suppose.
Also, try to avoid getting too close to the golden doors.
What do you mean?
The vision I've seen, you get kicked into the golden doors.
Oh. I don't know who would do this to me. I've
I
always
don't know
been
who
a
would
friend
either,
to both
but I want
sides.
you to.
It might be a human, considering I seem to be siding with the orcs at this point.
Yep. So you might want to be careful with that.
Or it might just be Hawk. Just being Hawk.
I know, right?
Alright, well, we've kind of reached a good point to stop, I guess, just like a good decision point. It's almost time to stop. So you want to just finish up this conversation and then we can call it quits for now?
Yeah, let's finish it up.
Alright, so did you have anything else you wanted to say to this dude?
Nope.
Alright, so he goes, well, thank you again for speaking with me, Malik. I'll tend to these humans real quick, and then I'll meet you back at the mountain.
You might want to take some medicine yourself when you get back.
Oh, don't worry, I've got a vial. It's not doing much, but it's something.
Very well.
Alright, so yeah, that's about it. He goes back and talks to his tour group of humans that he's trying to get to dig these trenches or whatever. What do you do?
I just I head back to the mountain to double check on Glumpario to make sure he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
the dragon is still there.
Glumpario kind of left a second ago. He was actually like walking down the path to where you guys are while you were talking, and now you're like flying over his head. Yeah, so you make it back to the mountain, and Pete is still just sitting there wheezing and looking like a green dragon, even though he's a red dragon. Alright, well, that's it for this session. It was, I'm sad that neither Jack nor Hawk showed up. Would have been great to have them here to help with any of this. Hopefully they're watching this, and hopefully they're caught up by with the story by the time next session rolls around, because otherwise they're going to be heckin' confused. Alright, well, thank you everyone very much for watching. It was a fun time, and holy cow, this quest has gone a very different route than I originally intended, but I mean, what can I say? If you can side with the evil people, why not? Alright, so that's it. God bless, and have a good day, everyone. Bye! Sorry about your computer, Ray.